Are you a deep thinker or are you hiding? The more scenarios you run, the more angles you analyze, the more certain you become that you need just a little more clarity before you act, the further you get away from actually doing anything. And your brain is rewarding you for it. After 17 years of working with people who feel stuck, I can tell you almost none of them had a thinking problem. They thought they needed more information, more time, more certainty, and that belief was the thing keeping them paralyzed. Here's how it shows up. You have a difficult conversation you need to have, so you rehearse it. Every possible response, every angle, days pass, weeks, the conversation hasn't happened, but you feel like you've been working on it. You have a decision to make, so you research, compare options, read one more article and ask one more person. You tell yourself you're being thorough, responsible, diligent. It doesn't feel like avoidance from the inside. From the inside, it feels like preparation. Thinking deeply is not the problem. Some of the most intelligent people I've worked with are also the most paralyzed. They replay conversations, map scenarios, lie awake running cost-benefit analysis on decisions most people make in 30 seconds. They're not lazy, they're not undisciplined. They're stuck in a loop that looks exactly like competence. Here's the part nobody wants to hear. Your brain doesn't care whether the thinking leads to action. It cares whether the thinking relieves discomfort. And it does, temporarily. You feel a spike of control when you map out that conversation. You feel productive when you open another tab. That's not preparation. That's a dopamine hit dressed as diligence. The anticipation of making the wrong move creates anxiety. The research reduces the anxiety. Your brain learns thinking equals relief. So it demands more thinking, more scenarios, more tabs, and the loop tightens. That's not a metaphor, that's behavioral neuroscience. And here's the quiet truth. You've probably already done enough thinking. The gap between where you are and where you want to be is not an information gap. It's a discomfort gap. So what do you do about it? Not the comfortable version of that answer, the real one. The shift is not stop overthinking. You've tried that. Telling an overthinker to stop overthinking is like telling someone to stop noticing the elephant in the room. The shift is learning to recognize when thinking is the point and when thinking is the hiding place. Here's the question that cuts through it. Am I thinking to prepare, or am I thinking to avoid the discomfort of acting? If you're being honest, you usually know the answer within about 3 seconds. The discomfort of not knowing fades. The discomfort of knowing and not acting, that one compounds. Here's where it gets practical. One move, that's it. The next time you catch yourself spinning, replaying the conversation for the 4th time, opening another article, or asking one more person, stop and ask yourself, what's the smallest honest action I could take right now? Not the perfect action, not the complete action, the honest one. Text the person and say, I need to talk about something. Can we find time this week? Write one sentence of the thing you've been avoiding. Not the whole thing, just one sentence. Say out loud to someone, I've been overthinking this and I think I'm just too scared to get it wrong. One honest action breaks the loop, not because it solves the problem, because it proves to your nervous system that discomfort is survivable. And every time you prove that, the loop loses power. Real change happens the moments of discomfort you move through anyway. Not around, not after you feel ready, through. If you've been watching this and something has been coming to mind, a conversation you've been rehearsing, a decision you've been researching into the ground, that's not random. That's the thing. And you probably already know the smallest honest step. You've known it for a while now. You've just been calling the avoidance something else. Drop a comment. What's one thing you've been overthinking? Be specific. Naming it is the first honest action. And please subscribe. We're building something here for people who are done playing it safe and ready to experience real change. I appreciate you, and I'll see you in the next one.